Hi, this is Dr. Pat, and I'm coming to you from our newsroom. We have been so excited about bringing you up to date reports, and this is a news brief. This is an MTM news brief about tomorrow morning. It's going to be our morning New York time, which is about, in South Africa, it's going to be what, about 3 o'clock in the evening, Ashton? And you're going to be able to see an update. There are some that are watching that gave towards the initiative for the children in South Africa, Ashton's parents' orphanage there. Uh, Nearly 1,000 kids. 450 had to be quarantined. 450 had been exposed to COVID-19, and the other 450 or so had to be placed. Actually, they had to find placement for them in different orphanages throughout Johannesburg, surrounding areas. I can't even imagine how Ashton's parents were able to do this, and Ashton as well. So, some of the women that may perhaps be watching that helped with that initiative was Tammy Watson's Vision Book Club, our what we call certified prayer warriors, our intercessors. They were some of the first to be givers with this initiative, and time will not permit me to name the other names, but this is an update so everyone can know where things are. By tomorrow, you're going to have an opportunity to see with your own two eyes firsthand an update of where things are now. That's how we do missions. We ask you to follow your giving, follow your dollar, follow your money, so that you can see step by step where your money is going. So it's going to be live from the field from South Africa. Ashton and the parents and the entire team are going to be wearing the hazmat uniforms as they go in and make sure that all of the orphans have the hand sanitizer, the mask, and the different things that they need. And so we're so excited about that. It won't be long as we're counting down the days that they'll be able to get back into the orphanage as they had to decontaminate the orphanage. And so it took the body of Christ working together, every joint fitly supplying different ministries around that supported this initiative. But this is our update to you so you can see your missions giving with Master's Touch Ministries and Patricia Bailey Ministries. Also, too, a large initiative of this was led by Her Voice, which is Val's arm that she is a steward over with the ministry. And many of you, the things that I'm wearing now, this is from South Africa. This is South African. These are all from South Africa. And the things that the women make, we take the things and sell them so that we can be a voice for those who have no voice. And so, with not just this initiative in South Africa, which we're going to be so excited to see on tomorrow morning, but there are other things we've been doing, like helping Mama. Oh my gosh, just went blank in Soweto, Mama Carol, where we were able to help those young ladies there, and we were able to do other things. That is those things that women buy when you go to www hervoice.myshopify.com. I hope I got it right. Hervoice.myshopify.com, which enables us to do the kind of effort that you've seen us collaborate with Ashton's parents. So that's been the Her Voice humanitarian arm of the ministry, which Her Voice is a fundraising platform. If you get a chance while you're watching, hop over there and just take a look at that. But tomorrow morning it's going to be absolutely awesome. You don't want to miss it. You're going to see it. You know, we believe that God has made us to be like a CIN, a Christian Information Network, where we can bring you the information. You can see exactly what's going on. For those of you that don't know, there's just been, I think this update may be as of today, that they're making a vaccine actually in South Africa to the tune of about, it's going to turn out to be about $8, and I'm sure that they're going to be using that. A coronavirus breakthrough drug is made in South Africa, and the cost is only 150 rand. The injection is, and so there's going to be a lot of people running to go do that. And so I just hate the fact that I'm hoping that things are not being tested on our people. I'm trusting that this is going to be safe. But what Ashton's parents have done, they've taken no chances whatsoever when it comes to the orphans. They themselves have been working tirelessly, along with Ashton, tirelessly, leaving the house at 4 a.m. in the morning, even during the time of a bit of a quarantine themselves, that you cannot leave the house. I think the day has to start at 4 a.m. in the morning. And what time of the evening with your partial lockdown, Ashton, in South Africa, do you have to be, everything must be wrapped up by what time, your business day?
So our lockdown starts at 10 p.m. So everyone needs to be locked. There needs to be no cars on the road or anything from 10 p.m. all the way to 4 a.m. the next day.
So when it's 4 a.m. in the morning, your parents are already up and ready to go to start for the day.
We basically up. We're all ready. As soon as the clock hits 4 o'clock, we are out the door.
Out the door. Wow. well, you're going to see the other side of it. And then also too, there's some land that they've been trusting and believing God for that is falling into their hands, that they'll be able to share with us the vision and the plans that God has given them for the land. And of course, Pat Bailey Ministries, along with her voice, are going to be 100% a part of that as we collaborate together with their ministry to advance what God has called them to do. You know, God doesn't play when it comes to widows and orphans. And these orphans, God has supernaturally provided for them. They have been at a 5-star setting. They're going to all get together tomorrow, all come together in one location. They haven't seen each other for days. It's going to be so touching and tearful, and then at the same time such an exciting time. So you know, we were able to bring you all, just on last week we were coming to you live from the field from Lebanon, with the explosion in Lebanon, where we were able to help Amy, and we're still helping Pastor Saeed as well. But on this weekend, One Voice is coming to you live from South Africa, fresh from the field. So we're coming to you from the newsroom, giving you an update, letting you know what's going to be the update on tomorrow morning. You don't want to miss it. I mean, Ashton is actually going to be on the field. He's normally, handling everything from the control tower. We say from the Pentagon, from the control tower, but he's actually going to be a field correspondent tomorrow. And so, but we have other people that are going to be covering things so that we can give you the news up close and personal, live from South Africa. You don't want to miss it. Last weekend, we were doing our One Voice prayer, and this is the part of One Voice. Unlike we were doing before, we were just doing the One Voice prayer every Saturday. But now what we're doing is we're doing the One Voice prayer, but we want you to see the humanitarian missions arm. We call it E-Missions. We want you to see, especially those of you that are partners to us, that we haven't stopped doing missions, and that those of you that have a passion to do missions, you may not be able to go on the field right now, but COVID-19 is not stopping us one bit, and it's certainly not stopping Ashton's parents. Preggy or Chaz is not stopping them one bit. They have been working just like endless, making sure that not only that were there safe places for every last of those 400 and something orphans to get replaced, but then also making sure the other ones that had been exposed to COVID-19, that they were in a place in quarantine, or not only that, getting the treatment and everything that they need. So it's going to be a very celebratory time on tomorrow. We're so excited. Want you to be there. We don't want you to miss it, because there's many of you that pray along with us on the Saturdays. You watch, you pray, you share with others. And so now here is the accountability part, where you get a chance to see, follow the trail of your giving. And for those of you that sowed into this, remember this: your seed may leave your hand, but it never, ever, ever leaves your life. It never does. So that's going to be at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, New York time. You don't want to miss it. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, New York time. It's going to be very early for me, but it's going to be worth it all. It's going to be worth getting out of bed early so that we can see. I can't wait to see those children's faces when they all come together and they're passing out things. So it's going to start at 9 in the morning. Ashton's going to be like reporting everything. And from time to time, we will be praying. We're going to ask every intercessor, every prayer, prophetic intercessor, every person that you know. We want to pray also not only for, it's over 12,000 orphans under the care of Preggy, Ashton's father, and his mother as well. And but their whole life, and Ashton's as well, is for their heart pants for the care of these orphans. And so I'm just so glad to be collaborating with them, partnering with them. And some of you that may be pastors or business people that are watching and looking for a write-off, here's an opportunity. You may not be able to go there, but with our cameras, Ashton is going to be able to always be able to go right there on the field, just like we did with Amy in Lebanon, in Beirut. We were able to go right there with the cameras, and you heard it live right from the field. As a matter of fact, people were telling me we were covering the story before some of the major headline news networks were even covering it, because Pastor Saeed, the moment it happened, he grabbed it on WhatsApp with his phone. And I mean, he grabbed it with his phone and immediately just WhatsApped it to us. And within seconds, we had it before it was even major news. So I believe that God has called us as believers to not only be on the cutting edge. We don't just read the news, we make the news. And we are the first responders, because God gave that assignment to us, not to Red Cross. Is there anything else, Ashton, we want to make sure we cover? They get a chance to go and see the land. They get to see the children being loaded up. And I wish I could be there with you guys, but I can't. But I'm going to be covering things from this side, coming to you from sunny, hot California, where it's very cold where you are right now. It's cold in South Africa right now, Ashton, is it?
Yeah, it's freezing cold. I've got my heaters on, so I'm feeling very cold.
Wow. And so, what time is it in South Africa right now?
So right now it is 10 past 1 in the morning.
Wow. I think we need to let him go to bed, right? Well, we're reporting, he's reporting to us live from South Africa. We will be reporting to you tomorrow live from South Africa. It's going to be so absolutely exciting because we want you, as you begin to, when you see the notification, don't forget to go to the YouTube channel, Pat Bailey. If you're watching from another platform, if you're watching from Periscope, or you're watching from say Facebook, Periscope, some of the other different platforms, or some of the other different streaming platforms, we want to make sure that you go to YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification button so that, and not only that, just so that you can get the notification, but it is there on our YouTube channel that we house the videos, that we house all our information, our tracks, our videos, our flyers, and it's kind of like our news brief channel where you can go and find out everything that's going on before it hits our other platforms. So see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It's going to be so exciting. Can't wait. All intercessors, we're going to meet you in the morning. There's not going to be a dull moment at all. I said that with one voice. I'm telling you, it's always been from day one, from the time that God entrusted us with this. It is a prayer for those of you that may be saying, what is One Voice? One Voice is a worldwide prayer movement and a worldwide evangelistic harvest and thrust. We believe that this is the greatest age for souls to be saved. We don't apologize that our supreme task is evangelism, and we believe it's one of the greatest reapings. And so we're standing in the lane of what God called us to do. Everybody has different lanes, but for over 40 years we've stayed right in our lane in 146 countries doing what we know God called us to do. So those of you that have family members in South Africa, those of you that love South Africa the way that we do, you want to be on in the morning. Also, don't forget, as you go to the YouTube channel, hop on over to the Instagram and follow me on Instagram, subscribe there as well, because all of your millennials and young people, we want them to be able to see. We do things a little different on those particular platforms. We also have One Voice Millennial at that point for the millennials from the Generation Z, that they have their own missions project. They're doing a project right now in Nigeria. We just talked to our team members in Belize, where we have a team now that wants to be a part of One Voice Millennials with a millennial takeover. We call it the Millennial Takeover. So they're doing a project in Nigeria, a gender-based violence project, and at the same time, simultaneously, we're now getting ready to take on a project in Belize. But then while all of this is going on, the team in Haiti, we're doing a back to school project where there's 14 young people that in their village, no one had ever been to university. And we finished year one, and now it's time to go to year two. And so a lot of this is all being spearheaded, and it is being led by the One Voice Millennial Takeover, because we want to show this generation that they are the harvest generation. They are the ones to take the lead. And our role is to not only pass the baton to them, but to support them in every way. So those of you that have young people that are 40, 38, 25, 22, 17, 18, make sure you go to our onevoiceprayer.com so that you can get the information about the One Voice Millennial Takeover. They do their whole arm of evangelism in their own evangelistic thrust and their own evangelistic swag and persuasion their own way, which what you're seeing tomorrow is Ashton leading the way. He is our One Voice Millennial. He and Pastor Brian, Pastor Lawazi, they are our One Voice Millennial Takeover leaders therein, along with Amanda and others that are in South Africa. So South Africa gets an opportunity to lead the way, to see, as we've collaborated with Ashton's parents, of what God is doing with One Voice in South Africa. So we see you on tomorrow morning. It's going to be awesome, 9 a.m. in the morning. I trust that some of you have been blessed by the prophetic teachings that we've been doing. For those of you that did not get a chance to get the Wednesday night teaching, guess where it is? Right there on the YouTube channel. You don't want to miss it. And it's just Pat Bailey, just simply my name. When you go there, the One Voice comes up, and you scroll down and you'll see that on like Wednesday of this week, it was the prophetic voice, a gathering of the prophetic voices. And we're going to continue those end time teachings, because a lot of people are really getting blessed as we share just some of the things, not only from the perspective of eschatology, but just the prophetic clock and timetable of God so we can locate where we are. Well, this is all we got for you today. It's been such a blessing to be able to come to you. I know you guys there on the East Coast, yeah, your day is kind of winding down. Your day is over from work. For us here on, so it's like 7:16 your time on the East Coast, but for those of us here on the West Coast, it's just 4:17 in the evening, still daylight, and we trust that you had a very productive week. See you on tomorrow morning. This is Dr. Pat Bailey. It's been my pleasure to report to you and to share with you on the update for South Africa. Don't forget, coming to you live from South Africa on tomorrow. And this is all we got for you today. God bless you. See you in the morning.